Hello and good morning everybody, and welcome to our next Gen 2 playthrough. Poison type is what we rolled this time, with our team of Tentacool, male Nidoran, Qwilfish, and Spinarak. And so as we have normally been doing with these first teams, is we're going to get our Pokemon up to level 7, read their biologies, and then continue onward. So that is the plan. I like to try to find a Pokemon that's pretty good for Spinarak. Alright, so Spinarak is who we started out with here. So Spinarak is a green Pokemon that resembles a spider. It has black eyes with white pupils, a white horn on its forehead, and a pair of red mandibles on the back of its abdomen. And a pair of red mandibles. On the back of its abdomen are two black dots and a line that resemble a face. The face on its back can change expression, as seen in the anime and 3D video games. There is an additional line encircling the end of its abdomen. It has 3 pairs of yellow legs, each with a black band around the middle. Spinarak is a nocturnal Pokemon that lives in temperate and tropical forests. It spins webs that are strong enough to withstand having stones set on them and act as nets for fishermen. A patient hunter, it can wait for days for prey to become ensnared in its web. It senses what kind of prey has been caught by the vibrations in its web, and its preferred prey is Qwilfish. Its poison is not very strong, but it is potent enough to weaken caught prey. Spinarak and its evolved form Ariados are the only known Pokemon that can learn Toxic Thread. In the past, this was also true of Spiderweb. As seen in the anime, silk produced by Spinarak is often used for facial treatments, as well as patching up skin wounds. And the Pokedex information for Gen 2, Gold says, it lies still in the same pose for days in its web, waiting for unsuspecting prey to wander close. And then Silver says, it spins a web using fine but durable thread. Then it waits patiently for prey to be trapped. And Crystal says, if prey becomes ensnared in its nest of spun string, it waits motionlessly until it becomes dark. And that is our information on Spinarak, who just learned Scary Face. I do have a potion, but I think we'll just swap. And go back and heal. So remember, 7 is our ideal level for our Pokemon thus far. Well, that Centron had a berry. Easy enough for Spinarak. Alright, let's swap to Qwilfish next. Oh, and Spinarak is also a fast leveler. So that is, got a fast leveling rate, which is nice for us. So, Qwilfish is a sea-dwelling Pokemon with a spherical body and a flat paddle-shaped tail. The upper half of its body is dark teal, while the lower half is very lightly yellow. Its tail is tall and thin with a dark teal outline, light yellow inside, and 2 dark teal dots in the center. Its eyes are even with its body and are always slanted angrily. Below its eyes are puffy pink lips. All around its body are sharp conical spikes, which evolve from scales over time. In order to attack, Qwilfish drinks over 2.6 gallons of water to inflate its body. It then uses the water pressure to shoot poisonous quills at its foe, which can cause fainting. Due to its round body, Qwilfish is not a great swimmer, and when filled with water, it is even harder for it to swim. And the Pokedex information for Qwilfish, Gold says... Man, we are just missing tackles. Sorry. Gold says, to fire its poison spikes, it must inflate its body by drinking over 2.6 gallons of water all at once. Silver says, the small spikes covering its body developed from scales. They inject toxin that causes fainting. And Crystal says, when faced with a larger opponent, it swallows as much water as it can to match the opponent's size. And Qwilfish is medium fast leveling rate. Qwilfish is also the only Pokemon on our team that will not evolve. Oh, by the way, we also told our mother to save money for us because she gets us a Moonstone at some point, which we need to evolve Nidoran. And that is important because there's only like a couple spots we can get Moonstones otherwise. Alright, well there is Qwilfish up to level 7. We're gonna do the male Nidoran now. So Nidoran is a small quadrupedal rodent-like Pokemon. It's pinkish purple with dark patches. It has a large spiny ear. It has large spiny ears with teal sides, oversized front teeth, and red eyes. Its back is covered with three lines of large spines that can release potent poisons if threatened. The center line of its spines is taller than the other two. The size of the long pointed horn on its forehead is indicative of the strength of its venom. Nidoran is a male-only species. So this male Nidoran is, of course. Nidoran constantly listens for sounds of approaching enemies with its large ears. Said ears have unique muscles that allow them to move in any direction. And even the slightest sound does not escape Nidoran's notice. In order to listen to distant locations, it flaps its ears like wings. When angry, it extends its toxic spikes and charges, stabbing with its horn to inject poison. Nidoran is brave and will risk its own life to protect a female Nidoran. Male Nidoran lives in open spaces such as savannas and plains, and it is a medium slow leveling rate. And Gold and Silver, or say Gold says, it is small, but its horn is filled with poison. When it charges, then stabs with its horn to inject poison. And Silver says it raises its big ears to check its surroundings. It will strike first if it senses any danger. And Crystal says it constantly moves its large ears in many directions in order to detect danger right away. And that is our male Nidoran. And he just hit level 7, so that's great. Which means we have Tentacool left. And I think we need to go back to that first area, because Tentacool only knows Poison Sting right now. Which I think we can actually get some more of these berries too. Anyways, Tentacool is a small jellyfish-like Pokemon. It has a light blue clear body with 2 large transparent red crystals on each side of its body and 1 small one in the middle. Near the base of its body is a pointed beak-like projection and 2 eyes with small pupils. And we are getting murked by this Pidgey. There are 2 grayish tentacles extending from beneath its round lower body. Yeah, we would have went down to that tackle if I hadn't healed. Which has a cape-like formation on its back. Tentacool's entire body is made of 99% water, and the remaining 1% contains the organ that produces its poison. It absorbs sunlight and refracts it using the water inside its body to convert it into beam energy. Its tentacles are laced with stinging cells, and as seen in the anime, it can control Pokemon it touches with its tentacles. The tentacles break off occasionally, but they can regenerate. The poison from its tentacle is so potent that someone would need to be immediately rushed to the hospital. Tentacool is not a very strong swimmer, traveling through the world using ocean currents. Tentacool searches for food while drifting on the surface of shallow seas. Tentacool can blend into the water, making it very difficult to spot. It will sometimes wash ashore and shrivel up due to dehydration, though it remains equally as dangerous. Tentacool may be revived if thrown back into the ocean. It has a slow leveling rate, so we'll be seeing a lot of Tentacool. The Pokedex for Gold says, when the tide goes out, dehydrated Tentacool can be found washed up on the shore. Silver says, it drifts aimlessly in waves, very difficult to see in water. It may not be noticed until it stings. And Crystal, just a sec, says, as it floats along the waves, it uses toxic feelers to stab anything it touches. And that is our information on Tentacool. Alright, so Tentacool is definitely being a pain in the butt to level up, because it's not very strong right now. Having to heal after like every fight right now. Hey, we got to level 10 though. That seemed to do a big difference for us. The other option would be to try to fight a Kakuna here. There we go. Out of Supersonics, use that many of them on those 3 pokes. Alright. Whew. Let's swap up Qwilfish for this first fight. That's what I'm thinking. Actually, no, I probably should do a Spinarak. Youngster Joey. Granorite. Spinarak's gonna take out this Rattata, no problem. Took 9 damage from that, it's not bad. We're gonna swap Tentacool up to start this next fight. Get that Pidgey. A critical hit. Oh man, good hit. We'll see if Tentacool can take out this Rattata. If we need to, we'll switch over to Spinarak. And the only reason I'm using Tentacool and Spinarak for these first 2 fights is because these are normal types. Our next 2 trainers are both bug catchers, and they have Pokemon that Poison Sting is not good against, which Nidoran and Qwilfish will be able to take on easier since they have Tackle. Easy peasy. Good job, Tentacool. Alright, we'll swap up a Nidoran for the next fight. Bugcatcher Dawn. It's a pretty good back sprite of Nidoran, though. Kinda like it. Get out of here, Caterpie. All right. Good dealio. We'll swap up Qwilfish for the last fight. What do you have? A Miracle Berry. We don't even need the antidote. We can't get poisoned with poison pokes. Which is nice that we can't get poisoned. Or I guess I could have used Poison Sting. Doesn't matter. Looks like 2 tackles will take it out. Now, Qwilfish is probably gonna have the best stats right now since it's a Pokemon that does not evolve. Missed. One final Caterpie. So we'll get here into Violet. Heal up, and then we're gonna get our team up to level 9 to take on Faulkner. Oh, it's embarrassment out. Alright, well that's one. Ooh, horn attack, very nice. Let's just swap that up. That's a powerhouse of attack. We try to get the Kakunas to help us out and knocking them out because with the Supersonic. There we go. Alright, let's switch Qwilfish up for this first fight. He's at the level 9 Spearow, if I remember correctly. Ideally, we poison it. Pretty early, too. Yeah! Nice, Qwilfish! Alright, we'll let Tentacool start the next fight. Ba ba da, su ba 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 ba. Again, hopefully we poison it early. Oh, I should have bought some potions. We'll see if Spinarak can take out this one. Good poison. He's going fast now. Alright, let's grab some potions really quick. We can sell the poison cure berry and the antidote. And then we'll give berries to everybody. And then we'll go heal. And we're gonna start with Qwilfish up front, methinks. We both know Mud Slap, which is going to lower our accuracy and be super effective, so that's scary. Alright, we're just going to speed this up as we try to tackle it. And now our accuracy is just gone. Come on, one more poison sting. Got it, okay. Now we're going to swap over to Nidoran. We can take a gust. Should be able to. Did 9 damage, it's still pretty good. So Nidoran is not going to be able to knock this thing out by himself. Unless we use some potions. Because a potion does get us 2 hits on a gust. He's not using Mud Slap for some reason. Oh, and he crits. Come on. We poisoned it, so that's good. Phone call from Elm telling us about the egg, so we go back to the Poké Center. Deposit one of our HMUs. Alright, and this is where we're going to end our episode for this morning. So I do hope you all enjoyed. I'm excited for our next playthrough, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.